bigger.
That is true.
Did you just record that?
I hope not.
I think you may have.
Well, hello, Disney friends. Welcome to WDW Parkhoppers Live Show. As always, my name is Parkhopper John.
I am Parkhopper Sid. Hi, everyone.
We want to welcome you to the live show for August 1st. Can you believe it's already August?
No. What I really can't believe is that in less than 30 days, which I guess this begins our 30-day countdown, is Food and Wine Festival. Yeah,
and speaking of that countdown, if you go to WDWParkhoppers.com, every day for this month, we're going to be doing a 30-day countdown, little fun facts that we're finding along the way of memories, things that's happening on.
Hi, we have a co-host tonight.
It's a podcast puppy.
All right,
it's the loud one.
Come here. You want to come say hi? Oh, I know. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hello.
That's why I don't work with children and animals.
Hi.
That's Harley Dog, just in case you're wondering. So, very excited about Food and Wine Festival. Oh, by the way, if you want to know a little bit more about us, you can find us over on our site, WDWParkhoppers.com. You can also visit us at...
So we're going to have him, I'll get rid of him. I'm sorry. I left the door open. It's my fault.
Facebook.com /WDW Parkhoppers, or just Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at WDW Parkhoppers. We're pretty much universal. Hey, you mind? Move. Get out. Go away. Go chill out on the couch.
You.
I know. I love
you too. All right. I'll be back.
All right. Want to make sure that you guys know that there's still time to sign in or sign up for the Disney gift card giveaway. Our friends over at pixievacations.com has asked us to join with them, and we are very excited to be a part of it. That we're giving away a $100 gift card to Disney. So who can't use an extra $100 at Disney?
And it's not just at Disney. You can use it on the website. You can use it at Disney Springs. Anything pretty much that is Disney.
Right.
So
anywhere where they will accept a Disney gift card as form of payment, you are in. So there's still time to sign up for that. What you want to do is you want to go to www.parkhoppers.com/gift card giveaway, all one word. You can go sign up for that today. We've already mentioned that we're doing the 30 Days to Food and Wine Festival. And then the last thing is...
we have a couple of things. Couple of news things just to throw in there before we start talking about food and wine.
Yes, and the last thing is, if you notice, we have our Disney Bucket List book. It's 100 things that you can do at the Magic Kingdom to find even more magic. You can find that over at www.parkhoppers.com as well. Sign up for their free shipping, so I think it's like $15. You get it signed. We send that out to you, and we would love for you to have a copy of that. So now... we've got a couple of quick hits we want to talk about. We're going to mainly focus on
Food and Wine Festival.
But we have a couple.
The Wine and Dine shirt from one of our past races. So.
And the Carousel of Progress. But I tell you what we do have is, if you guys were part of the pass holder thing a few years ago, where you could go 3 times and get the highball glass. These are the highball glasses that we got. These are the pass holder
You'll
glasses.
see the logo better by the end because it'll be empty.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And we're enjoying a little cocktail because it's food and wine time.
Well, and it's actually Red Stag in honor of the Red Stag infused donuts that we had at Food and Wine Festival Party of the Senses a few years ago.
I think that was the dinner dessert discovery.
That sounds about right. The Triple D.
Yeah, okay. I've never been to a Party for the Senses. You have. I have not.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay. He went to Ireland. He went to Ireland.
Yeah. All right. So a couple of news items we wanted to get to. What's the first one up, baby?
First one is, if you have silver passes, you are back in, baby. So it used to be, I think it was the 12th or 13th that you were able to get back in with your silver passes.
Right.
Well, Disney, in their infinite love and wisdom, have decided to open those back up. So as of today being the 1st, if you're watching this recorded, today's the 1st, you can be back in all 4 parks. So 4 parks, 1 world, 1 silver pass.
That's right.
There you go. So we're very excited. And we have silver passes, so we're very excited.
Disney originally said they were doing this so that more people could get an opportunity to ride the 2 attractions that are leaving, which is the Great Movie Ride over at Hollywood Studios and Ellen's Energy Adventure. But I have a theory that they were doing it because park attendance has been a little down. rooms have not all been booked. So I think that they probably open it up to allow more people, which normally we have a few people in the room. I'm thinking that they're probably all at Disney right now, riding rides and stuff.
Oh, wait, you say that as
Hey,
Tim
what's
joins
going
us.
on? What's going on, guys? How are you guys doing up in the Great Northland, in the tundra region, so to speak? So that's the first thing. What else we got?
We talked about this a little bit, the minivans. If you live in the area, you've probably seen these bright red, not really vans, there's more like small SUVs with the big white polka dots and the mini outline on the side.
Right.
So this is a joint venture that Disney is doing with Lyft.
Right.
Lyft is one of the competitors to Uber. So if you're not familiar with Lyft, it's not quite as out there as Uber is, but it's a partnership, and it is for rides from Disney parks and Disney resorts to other Disney parks or Disney resorts. So it's only on Disney property. That does include Disney Springs and the water parks. So definitely check that out if you are staying at a resort and you need to get from point A to point B. Now, if you need to go to the grocery store, or you need to go to Walmart, or you need to, run wherever that's off property, this is not for you. Right. At least not yet. I'm wondering if one day they're going to open it up.
I don't think Disney's going to take on the responsibility of taking guests off property, and they don't want to do that. They don't want
but we
anyone
have things
to leave
like
property.
Gas stations on property that they could,
Yeah, but they're not going to want to go to Walmart or the outlet mall. That might be a possibility, but I don't think they're going to take on the liability of taking guests off Disney property. And it's funny because until they were really comfortable with it, they were doing it for free. Now they're doing it through Lyft, and we've heard that it's like $20 for 6 people, up to 6 people. And they carry 2 car seats for the little kiddies.
So it's $20 if it's one person, $20 if it's 6 people.
Correct.
And we did see that there's a couple of, little shuttle buses. We saw 2 of them that were also painted to look just like the minivans. So we haven't seen those on the road yet, but we may or may not have driven in the back of Disney Springs where they may or may not all be parked.
Strawberry lot. Strawberry lot. I think those were probably more for when people are changing from resort to resort because they need more storage space.
If possible.
Because the minivans themselves have no storage space at all because the kiddie car seats are in the back. So if you've got 6 adults, there's no space. So you literally are.
And we are speculating. We don't know.
Yes. Question in the chat room. Yes, they still have the buses. Disney's doing an overhaul of property-wide transportation over the next 2 to 3 to 5 years. The minivans are one way to alleviate some of the road traffic. They do have the buses. They've found a great lanes to create bus-only lanes, and soon they'll have bus-only lanes not only on Buena Vista Drive going to and from the resorts to Disney Springs, but they're also going to have bus-only lanes on World Drive. And then we have heard in 10 weeks they're going to have their resort-only flyover lanes open. So if you're going to the Polynesian or you're going to any of the monorail resorts, you're going to Fort Wilderness, the Four Seasons, Wilderness Lodge, you're going to be able to bypass the turnstile gates where you normally would pay to park. You're going to be able to bypass that, they say, within 2.5 months. So, yes, they still have Disney transportation buses. They still have taxis. As far as I know, Uber is still allowed. So there's different things that Disney's doing to try to alleviate the traffic problem on the main thoroughfares.
All right, you want to do the last one before we jump into food and wine?
Yeah. For those of you who are big fans of Pixar and you heard the rumor that they were building a Toy Story land and you're waited with bated breath to see that land open next year, the Slinky Dog Dash, which is their big I shouldn't say big, it's their roller coaster. It's larger than the Barnstormer.
True.
It's not a kiddie ride, but it's a kiddie ride. You know what I'm saying? The track was finished very recently. There's a video that Disney put out. So a few days ago, they laid the last piece of track in, shot a video, took a bunch of pictures, released it on Disney Parks blog. Very excited. So the Slinky Dog Dash ride is finished. They're going to have to shim it, make sure that everything
the track is completed. The ride is not finished.
They're going to have to make sure that everything's shimmed up properly and everything is set 100%, and then they'll start doing ride tests. But they've moved on and started building some of the other attractions. So that's coming along, as they say, swimmingly. So that's pretty cool. That's very exciting.
All right. Now we're jumping into it. So we have about 20 minutes left, and we have probably about 20 hits. So we've just got a bunch of facts and tidbits and teasers for the upcoming Food and Wine Festival that will be opening again in what?
30 days.
30 days.
August 31st. They've extended the opening to August 31st. And we'll get into some of the specific dates. But I'm actually very excited about Food and Wine Festival this year for a number of different reasons. We'll talk about that at the end. But what we want to do is just go through some quick Disney release, some numbers, some information that I think that you guys will find very interesting. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one.
Well, and I'm sure that a lot of this information will be on our brother site, DisneyByTheNumbers.com.
Yeah,
so
it will be.
if you are fans of Tony Casanova and the DBTN.com website, definitely look for these numbers up there as well.
Yeah, it'll be on Parkhoppers. If not tonight, it'll be there tomorrow.
Absolutely. Of course it'll be on Parkhoppers, but we always like to plug Tony.
Well.
Hey.
Speak for yourself, sister.
That's his online wife. I don't know. Now that I'm here, what does that do for Tony as your online wife?
Puts him in his place is what it does.
As it should. Okay, so Food and Wine Festival. Yeah, we're a little scattered today, and I just saw, Karen, hello. Welcome. So, all right, first fact. The Epcot Epcot International Food and Wine Festival this year, 75 days long.
Yeah. What was it before? Do you happen to know a little bit of pop quiz? You know what it was before?
I know that originally it opened at 30 days.
Yeah. What was it last year?
I don't know, 71?
I think it was 62.
Okay.
60 or 62.
So, but we've gone since 1996 to 2017. We have gone from 30 days to 75 days long.
It's crazy. It's
so Parkhopper John has a theory that there will come a time where Food and Wine Festival will go and it'll go and then, we'll sneeze and Christmas will start, which is pretty much what's happening now.
Oh.
And then when they're finally done with Christmas, all of a sudden, poof, it'll be the, is it the Festival of the Masters first?
Festival of the Masters.
Festival of the Masters.
Which is the arts festival. They have all the artists from all over come in and set up. They have some food
and there's a bunch
booths
of food booths. And then they'll take about a day off, and then it will be the Flower and Garden Festival, which is, we like to call it the Flower and Food Festival or the Wine and Garden Festival.
That's right. Hi, Harley.
Harley's not allowed to drink wine, so he really hates
Ricky
that.
Briganti doesn't have to put up with that.
I know, baby.
Oh, well. Keep going. You were doing a great job.
But Ricky Briganti has better hair than you do.
That is true.
So, and then that will go, and then there'll be a day off, and then we'll be back at Food and Wine Festival. So there will never be a day that A, does not have a festival,
right,
and B, does not have all the food booths there. So
absolutely,
we're just waiting for that day. Disney, we know it's coming.
They're getting their money's worth out of those booths that they made 30 years ago. All right, next up, at the 2017 festival, 35 global marketplaces are going to be there, which is a record for them. Brand new 35 marketplaces. It will also include 5 new places to help celebrate 35 years, 35 booths. So 35 years of the festival. Can you believe it's been 35 years of Epcot's Food and Wine Festival? Some of the new booths include Active Eats, which are health conscious.
Okay.
It's going to be very interesting. We'll have to talk about this off camera. There's a couple of things there you're going to be like, oh, that sounds really good. Until I tell you the last ingredient, and you'll be like, not so much. So Active Eats, Coastal Eats, West Coast dishes, Flavors of Fire. It's going to be her favorite booth because it's all hot dishes. And then we have the light.
Like spicy hot, not caliente.
Yeah. And then we have the Light Lab. So we got some really cool things coming. All expanding into the Future World area. So a couple years ago, not only around World Showcase, they started expanding into Future World. Mm-hmm. I foresee a day where all of Epcot is going to be celebrating Food and Wine Festival, even in the Beatrice Feeding, ladies and gentlemen, even in the dark recesses of Epcot's, near Spaceship Earth and Mission Space, all that stuff. Also, the Almond Orchard, which is hosted by Blue Diamond Almond Breeze, is the 5th new marketplace located along World Showcase Promenade. So we got rid of the cranberries.
Yes, the cranberry bog. Which
now we have almonds.
Yes, but with the with this being sponsored by Almond Breeze, it's probably also going to be a lot with almond milk and more of the vegetarian or vegan dishes. So I'm sort of interested to see what that is.
Yeah, a lot of really cool dishes coming out of there. We talked about those last night. We did an interview last night for Disney Parks podcast with Kristen from Dining at Disney. So we're going to have that next week. So it's be cool. Next. Sorry.
So The Chew has been there for the last few years. The Chew will now be taping 5 episodes of the show. And they will have festival guest audience members numbering in the hundreds is their expectation.
Yep.
And this is all going to be in a backdrop of Spaceship Earth. So this is all going to happen October 4th through 6th. So if you would like to be part of that audience, be part of the audience participation, you want to go October 4th through 6th. Personally, I would say go early if you want a good seat. So
that's right. One of the things they did this year that makes sense when they said they're going to have the backdrop of iconic mission space, they're putting the crowds back to the sun. The last several years, it's been right at the end of the promenade facing World Showcase, basically putting the hosts back to the sun, and everybody in the crowd is cooking.
Yes.
And not in a good way. So that'll be fun.
So how many marketplaces are there this year?
35.
All right. And how many cocktails and beers will there be?
Let's see. Let's see. 22nd Festival. That doesn't make sense. 39 new marketplace dishes, 65 new cocktails, beers, wines, and ciders.
Okay, wait.
That is a typo from Disney.
75 days. I'm going to say it's a typo if you're cut and paste because we don't want Disney to yell at us. 75 days, 65 new cocktails, beers, wines, etc.
Yeah. Now I get it. It's the 35th anniversary of Epcot, not the 35th.
Yeah, I wasn't going to correct you online.
22
I'm
festivals.
his wife. I know my place. I wasn't going to correct him online.
I didn't say that. That's totally on you. Next.
The math wasn't working with the 1996 up there.
Wasn't.
We ain't that old.
I'm like, wow, I'm old. I should drink more.
So there will also be more than 50 domestic and international wines offered throughout the global marketplace, and more than 50 wineries and 35 breweries from around the world are going to be represented. So definitely we are beer people. We are cocktail people. Obviously, you've seen it. Hi, cheers. So we're kind of excited to see what they have to offer.
Yeah, they got a lot of beers from Florida are going to be there. A lot of beers from all across the country are going to be represented. A lot of really cool things. There's actually a space-themed flight. So it'll be like Elysian Space Dust, and the brewery out of Titusville, not Florida Beer Company, but there's a space-themed, Titusville is where NASA is. There's a space-themed beer that they're bringing us. It's really kind of neat. So that's going to be fun.
And Disney has been having more fun with that these past few years. They had a Neapolitan flight last year where there was a vanilla coffee porter, there was a strawberry blonde ale, and there was a chocolate porter?
Chocolate milk stout.
Chocolate milk stout. That these were all individually were three of our favorite beers as it was because we were familiar with all of them. And then you put them all together on one flight and taste them sort of, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, swirled around your mouth. It was a great experience. And so Disney, we have noticed you are thinking, you are planning. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. And just FYI about the flights, the beer flights are usually 4-ounce pours. And the beers, when you order a beer, like if you go to like the craft beer area and order one single beer, it's going to be a 6-ounce pour. So that's the difference.
Mark Acosta, good to see you, my friend. If you can see, just for you, wine and dine.
Sweetness. So the new Disney Food and Wine Festival Coast to Coast Cookbook by Pam Brandon and the Disney chefs feature 50 irresistible recipes, 26 recipes from the Epcot Food Global Marketplaces, and 24 from Disney's California Adventure. Fun fact, Disney's California Adventure started doing their own food and wine festival featuring all California-based recipes and wines. So if you are a Disney food aficionado, maybe a Disney family wine aficionado, there's several wines within the Disney family. This is the cookbook for you. Pam Brandon's cookbooks are always on sale at the festival. They're amazing, and they're a must-have for any aspiring Disney chef.
Absolutely. So, and speaking of Disney chefs, so between the guest chefs and the Disney chefs, there will be 197 chefs being represented and doing culinary demonstration and cooking for the festival event. 197. Wow. That is a lot of chefs all in Epcot making sure that, we're eating well.
Absolutely. And those celebrity chefs and also other visiting culinarians are going to be coming from 11 countries and 23 U.S. states that will participate in the festival, the different culinary demos, book signings, and special tasting events and dinners. And our good friend, Robert, is coming back. I wonder if he's going to bring his wife, Gail. That'd be kind of nice.
we don't really know anybody. We know people that know people. So we have friends that are friends with Robert Irvine and his new bride. Well, I guess it's been a few years.
They've been married a few years.
But so it's always nice to see them there. And he and his wife, when they're off camera, are so cute.
They are cute.
So,
so you want to do the culinary demos?
Absolutely. So 197 chefs, 379 culinary demos. So there'll be beverage, interactive sessions, food demonstrations.
Harley, we can count.
He can't. He has problems with the thumb.
He doesn't have a thumb.
So this is over 6,000. To be exact, 6,360 hours of scheduled seminars at the Festival Center. We have to make at least one of these this time. I mean, over 6,000 hours of demonstrations, we would suck as bloggers if we didn't go.
That's right. And don't forget, and part of that is going to be the Mix It, Make It, Celebrate It interactive events, which is Tony's favorite. Ask him to tell you the story of the salad.
Tony Casanova and salad. Just remember those two things. With
Paula Dean's son. Ask him to tell you that story. It's a lot of fun. One of the things that is a big deal, and we talked about it earlier, is the Party for the Senses, which is a huge production. Not only is it food, but it's music, it's entertainment. Party for the Senses grand tastings will be taking place again this year at World Showplace, which is the big Showplace area just right before, if you're walking around from Canada, right before you get to the Great Britain Pavilion, right there on the right, see the big entrance to World Showplace during the festival run. The festival will feature 177 premium events ranging from signature dinners and food and wine pairings to what's cooking with ... and additional festival events at World Showcase Pavilions and Walt Disney World Resorts. Last year, they started this new thing where they were not only doing the in Epcot festival events, but they were also doing culinary events in certain key resorts. So the Boardwalk area had one. I think Grand Floridian had one or two. Contemporary Resort had one or two. And these are really cool because not only, I mean, you got to take a little bit of a break from the crowds at Epcot, and you got to go explore some of the other resorts and find some really cool things there as well.
All right. Everybody doing okay? Because I know it's a lot of information. You should see us just scrolling through our list trying to make sure that we don't miss anything.
Yeah. So I promise this list will be on Parkhoppers.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we'll fix the typos. So another thing to do, and this is a great thing for the kids, or if you have a random crazy adult that acts like a child when she gets to the park, that is the Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak Festival Scavenger Hunt. So this is where you get the little map and you get the little stickers and you scour the park for ingredients to make his signature dish, ratatouille. So, and in the past, Remy has been hiding with his ingredients on top of the kiosks. He's been hiding off in the plants. He's been hiding just about everywhere. So we are excited to go find Remy and his 15 different ingredients for his ratatouille. And so you can buy this at the select merchandise locations. Trust me, you can't miss it. You will see signs. And it was, I don't know, $6, $8, $10, something like that.
I think it was $9.99 or like $12.99, whatever the price of a regular Disney pin is, because that's secret is what your prize is. You go around and you get all the Remy's.
Really, you just stole it?
Sorry.
There's a prize. That's all that matters.
There's a surprise at the end.
And if you have somebody who's a little ADD as they run around the parks, this is a great way to keep them occupied and focused.
Probably a button now with the cost-cutting measures that Disney's been doing.
Wow, that's just harsh. Y'all hear this? I know, Harley. He's just harsh. Can you guys even hear Harley, or is it just us? Okay.
I've listened. They can hear. Hey, go ahead. Is there anything else? I'm sorry.
Oh, I was going to go on to the next one because I'm excited. But you know what? You're the musician. You should talk about. So, what do you do between booths? What do you do when you've just had enough to eat, but you're not ready to leave yet?
Drink.
What do you do when you've consumed enough and you're not quite ready to leave yet?
Drink more.
You go to the Eat to the Beat concerts. There will be 225 concerts. 11 musical acts will appear for the first time.
Yeah.
So there will be concerts every night. Most of the bands will be playing 2 days. Some of them play 3 days in a row, and it's 3 concerts a day.
Yep.
So my personal goal, my goal is to go see everybody this year. So every other day I will be at Epcot. So let us know. We will see you there. Really?
It's going to be a lot of fun. Plus, on top of all that, we have to factor in that Magical Dining is happening in Orlando as well. So we have to figure out how we're going to make that work.
Yes, but Magical Dining only lasts for about 40 days. This is 75.
Right. Is there a couple of bands that you're really looking forward to hearing?
Oh, I had a couple in my head, and right now, being on camera, I'm having stage fright. I can't remember.
I'm looking forward to Living Color again, obviously.
Of course.
I want to see Christopher Cross because I missed him last year.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to see Squeeze, which is closing out the festival this year. Tempted by the fruit of anyway, and then I really want to see. Postmodern Jukebox. If you don't know who Postmodern Jukebox is, go to YouTube and type in Postmodern Jukebox, and go listen to their version of All About the Bass.
Okay, Tim, Beatrice, Mark, these are our live people right now.
Yep.
What are you looking forward to most about Food and Wine Festival? Let us know now, and then we'll definitely share that with everybody as we go through. What band are you looking forward to? What food are you looking forward to? We want to hear from you. So,
right. Guess what was introduced in 2010 at the 15th annual Food and Wine Festival has made an incredible change to the experience.
2010. Okay, so it wasn't the Eat to the Beat concert series.
Nope.
It wasn't the Cranberry Bog.
No.
Was it us? Oh,
yeah,
wait,
no. Yeah, no. What it was
the booklet.
Yeah, the Festival Passport, previously called the Marketplace Discovery Passport, was introduced in 2010. The complimentary passport will feature pages with all 35 festival marketplaces and other outdoor food and beverage locations. It also features special offerings such as the Refreshment Cool Post, which is there year-round, the Fife and Drum Tavern.
Say that year-round.
I can't either. The Fife and Drum Tavern and Refreshment Port. Plus, that also usually has pictures of the food. And I think they're going to do that again this year. But one of the things they did starting, was it last year or the year before, they started doing, instead of getting your passport stamped at all the marketplaces, in the dead center of the passport, they had stickers from the different countries, and you put that sticker in the representative country.
Not a fan.
You like it to get.
I like the stamp. I like that you actually had to go to the booth and kind of prove you were there. Now, at the same time, I'll just admit it. I'm one of those people. It was the people that would run up and just say, "Oh, can I have a stamp?" But they didn't eat or drink anything there. For some reason, that bothered me. I know this means absolutely nothing. This just gives you a little insight into my psyche. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, real quick, a couple of folks are in the chat room. Mark is looking forward to seeing Taylor Dane.
Ooh.
Tearing down my heart. That's Taylor Dane, right?
You're asking me.
And then Beatrice, I'm the same way, Beatrice. There are some bands you've been waiting to see for years. Squeeze is one of them. Last year, I checked Living Color off the book.
Okay.
There's several bands that are coming this year that I've never seen. Very excited about seeing. Christopher Cross is one of those guys. Super talented dude. Looking forward to hearing. I just want to hear him do Sailing. That's really, that's my jam,
You're so old and you're so white.
I know. 100,000.
Hold on. There was so for me it was Wilson Phillips. I wanted to see Wilson Phillips, and I don't know what. So I run audio, or I do audio, I do video, I do all that kind of crazy stuff in my real world, and to go in there and watch those poor guys in the booth just running around as somebody, we will not say who, somebody on the stage was just having a rough night, and they were a little off. They were a little out of tune.
A lot off, but
so for all those guys that go out there and you're running audio, you're running the spotlights, you're working the video walls and everything. Love you, nothing but respect. That is not an easy venue. I can tell when you walk in. So
it's not an easy gig.
Nope. All right. And what did Tim say?
Same thing.
Okay. So
there's 100,000 plus desserts. Half will probably be consumed by my wife and I, including passion fruit cheesecake with toasted macadamia nuts, which is new to Hawaii, which is great because the rest of the menu has been the same for the last 5 years. Sweet olive oil cake with powdered sugar and lemon curd, which is new to Spain. And there's several others. They do not have the dessert booth this year. They do not have a champagne booth this year. I think they've combined them. They've got some really cool things. There's some links to some new food items. You go back to www.parkhoppers.com. You can check that out.
Absolutely.
You want to do the last one?
All right. So, second year of the festival, all the way back in 1997, the planners introduced a grand tasting culinary extravaganza. It sounds very fancy, doesn't it? Well, then they went, a few years later, and it was renamed the Party for the Senses. So, this is now featuring dozens of food and beverage stations, and as of this year, confirmed seating for all guests plus new and different themed entertainment is being promised. So we are very excited about that. It would actually be our first one to go to, so we are actually looking forward to going to that.
Yep.
And that's it for our food and wine top hits. So I hope you guys got something out of there. And if you have any questions, if you're wondering about any of the new booths or anything like that, check out parkhoppers.com. WDW Parkhoppers.com, or send us an email and let us know, and we'll definitely look things up for you.
Absolutely. And so as we close out here, there's a couple of things that we want to talk about. First being two passings. One has a tremendous impact on the Disney company. Another one has an impact on the company you may or may not know. If you follow parkhoppers.com, you know that Mondays we try to do like a Music Monday thing. We did a special tribute to June Foray on this week's Music Monday and did the theme for Mulan. Now, she didn't sing on the soundtrack, but June Foray was the voice of Grandma Fu in the movie. Now, June Foray was the voice behind Rocky the Squirrel. She's also the voice behind Natasha, Natasha and Boris. And she also did a slew of other incredible voice acting, as well as Grandma Fu. She passed away recently, and we want to send out our thoughts and condolences to her family. But the one that really kind of hit home. I mean, I remember waking up. I guess it was like Thursday.
I think it was Grandmother Fa.
Was it Fa? I thought it was Fu.
I'm looking it up.
The one that really hit home the hardest, Grandma Fa.
That's why I started making that face for anybody that sees it. That's why I'm going to go check the face.
Sorry. Because I just keep thinking Mama Fu's penalty kill.
Wow. Any of our friends up in Atlanta, you will get that. Anyone else? So sorry for that 30 seconds. But June Foray has been a voice actress, and she was an amazing force in Hollywood and throughout the entertainment field for the last 50 years. Yeah, so she was amazing, and so it was a loss not just to Disney, but a loss to the entertainment world as a whole. So,
and then the last one was very shocking. I remember waking up Thursday, I think it was Thursday, and I couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. Marty Sklar, Party Marty, as Tony calls him, was just at Expo 2017 a couple weeks ago. Marty Sklar has left us. We've lost a Disney legend. If you don't know anything about who Marty was, his thumbprint is on probably 99% of Disney, Walt Disney World, Disneyland, all the theme parks. Marty was hired after graduating UCLA in 1956, and he joined the Disney company, and he became Walt Disney's right-hand man. And what separates Marty from any of the other Imagineers or people at Disney is Marty holds the distinction of being the only person within the Disney company to have been at every opening of every Disney theme park around the world, including Shanghai a couple years ago or last year. So Marty...
and he was such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
So we saw Marty at a handful of different events at D23 a few years ago. He had a way about him that was sweet and calming and encouraging and respectful, all at the same time as having just this, this air about him.
Yeah, Marty.
He just commanded respect without having to command anything.
My favorite memory of Marty was when we were at the D23 Expo 4 years ago, and he was what do you call it when you're conducting
the moderator?
The moderator. Thank you. He was the moderator for that working with Walt, and it was basically a collection of like the Mount Rushmore of Disney Imagineers. So it was Bob Gurr, it was Alice Davis, it was Existencio, it was Marty, and I think Tim Baxter was there as well. maybe not Tim Baxter, but anyway, so Marty was there and they were all telling stories. And I remember that Alice was having a hard time getting up on the stage, and Marty like bent over backwards to make sure that Alice got to her seat. And Marty is like,
and he did it in such a way, because she was having some trouble with her microphone. She was having some trouble walking. He did it in such a way that he showed her the utmost of respect,
right,
and made sure that she was not embarrassed by the occasion,
right,
that she was taken care of. In between a couple of sessions, just where they'd put her microphone and with her sweater, they were having some challenges. And he personally got up to assist her. And it was just, and thinking about it, these are people that he's known forever.
Right.
These are his friends. These are his family.
Pardon me. It's just interesting to see this multi-millionaire, grand master of Walt Disney Company dote on this little old lady. It was just really kind of great.
Sorry, I'm getting all.
One of the things about Marty and Leah, his wife, Leah's still alive, obviously, but they were really huge proponents of the arts, mainly the arts for teaching artists traditional drawing and painting skills. And so what they did is they created not a company. Sorry, I should just read this. Marty and Leah were two of the founders of the Ryman Program for Young Arts, a project of Ryman Arts, which is a nonprofit foundation whose purpose was to teach and mentor traditional drawing and painting skills to talented young artists in Southern California. What we did last night on the live show with Parkhoppers, with Disney Parks Podcast, it's going to go out on the show tomorrow. We're going to do here. If you have been touched by Marty, and we all have in different ways, instead of not doing anything or feeling bad or sending flowers to the family or anything like that, what they've done is they've asked that you would make a donation in Marty's name to the Ryman Arts organization. So I put the link in the chat room right here. If you have some extra funds and want to do something to pay it forward, so to speak, make a donation in Marty Sklar's name. And I think that would go on to make an even greater impact to the one that he's already made.
Well, and this is something that he was very passionate about, that he dedicated his life to. This was his foundation. And so even if you don't have much, $5, if you have $5, if everyone listening, everyone that is touched by this podcast did $5, that would be a huge impact for a struggling artist. So
right. Absolutely.
So
we don't mean to end on a down note, but we want to thank you guys for taking.
It's not a down note.
I know, it's sad in a way.
It is sad, but he's with Walt now.
That's right. Walt's like, hey, come here, I got a few projects that I'd like you to work on up in heaven.
Can we talk about these pearly gates?
Yeah. So thank you guys for taking time out of your busy schedules to watch our live show. If you want, come find us over at WDWParkhoppers.com. Visit us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WDW Parkhoppers. Make sure you get a copy of the Disney bucket list and sign up to get that $100 gift card. Mm-hmm. And just make sure you spend some time with us at WDW Parkhoppers. 4 parks, 1 world.
And everything in between.
You guys have a great night.
See you at Food and Wine.
See you at Food and Wine. We'll see you next week, guys.